So this past week, I've been running lots of different errands, different places to go, stuff like that. And I noticed things are different when you're in retirement. So, Steve, you run errands slower now that you're in retirement, or do you still do it the same pace?
Yeah, definitely. It's slower. Let's put it this way. There's less urgency because, let's face it, you're generally in the middle of the day and you're not battling traffic as much. And there's less people, let's say, like you got to go to the bank or the post office, that type of thing. So
That's
sure. Yeah.
Thrilling.
Yeah, I don't think you can call it running errands.
Yeah,
It's more like doing errands.
That's an excellent point.
Or loping
I
errands.
think when you're in retirement, it's no longer like running errands. It's like doing errands.
That's a very good. There you go. There should be another word for it then in retirement. You're not going to, honey, I'm not going to run errands. I'm going to walk errands.
Right. So I think.
Or stroll errands. Saunter errands.
All right. So now that we've got the ridiculousness out of the way,
let's
start with this episode.
We probably got 25 more minutes of ridiculousness, by the way. If you've listened to the previous few episodes,
we're then going to call this
is only the beginning.
We're going to call this episode Mission Possible, Running Errands in Retirement. So with that, welcome to Retirement Rules.
Retirement Rules. Three retired guys discussing made-up rules. No financial advice nor how-to guides, just humor and why life after work totally rules.
All right, so welcome to Retirement Rules. This is a podcast where we make up some rules for retirement and talk about why retirement does rule. I'm your host, Alex. I'm joined by my co-host, Steve.
Hello there,
and
everyone.
Jeff.
How's it going, Dave?
All right, three guys who recently retired, but we're still figuring it out. So, yeah, let's talk about running errands. Like I said, I was running errands. I was all over the place.
Maybe you were walking errands.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We may not call it running errands anymore, so that's a whole other discussion.
And maybe our audience could come up with a better term for us. But
if you're not running,
yeah, if you're not running errands,
running at our age, because
what are you doing? Injured. Right.
One hand on the hip.
There might be a cane, a walker.
Yeah, so I was like, when I went to the fishing store to buy stuff. I got that real, Jeff.
Keeping it real.
Ran around to I think Target and got gas. But I think the difference is like I actually had time to do this stuff versus like when I'm working, I got to figure out, can I do this like maybe quickly on a lunch break to do a quick little errand, run back, run out, or after work, maybe quickly stop somewhere and do something, or you fight the battle over the weekends.
Right.
So running it during the week was actually kind of cool. I mean, how do you, Steve, run errands now that you're in retirement? How do you compare it to when you're working?
Well, yeah, I think you nailed it. I mean, when you're working a normal, 5 days a week, 40 plus hours a week, 8 to 5, 9 to whatever schedule, you got to either do those things on lunch or you got to figure out how to do them as quickly as possible on your way home from work or on the weekends. So now you've got, it's a plethora of time on their hands to run or walk errands.
But what do you do differently? Like, give me an example. Like yesterday, did you run errands yesterday? Yesterday, by the way, would be Wednesday. So on a Wednesday, midweek, what errands did you run, and how is that different than when you would have done it?
Well, I'm able to go to the grocery store at middle of the day, and it's not crowded. And what else did I do? Went to the bank, the usual stuff. But yeah, it's middle of the day, no rush hour traffic. That's another factor too. You don't want to get out in traffic. For those of you that live in the rural areas, out there,
he wants to say it so bad.
Out there in
just say it.
Lincoln, Nebraska.
All right, there.
You don't have rush hour.
There's an episode where he hasn't mentioned Nebraska.
2 weeks ago, they had a heck of a traffic jam.
Oh, have you been to Lincoln, Nebraska? It's pretty good on college football weekends.
You really want to live there? I know that. I can tell. So that's what you just.
It's avoiding the traffic both on the road as well as in the
So you could do
stores
more
that you're going to.
errands, and you just do it at slower pace. Is that what
Yeah,
you're
and
saying?
and it's just a more, you actually can learn about stuff too. Like I'm sure when you said you went to the fishing store, you're looking for
Right.
something particular. You can actually take the time and like, oh, well, there's other stuff here at the fishing store that maybe I want to learn about or put in my shopping bag.
Well, that's a great point, because that's what I normally before when I was working, you just have the time, right? So you kind of do a little bit of research. You go in there, you ask the guy real quickly, you kind of know what you want, you get it, and you go, right? Versus I sat there and I talked with the guy. I said, okay, here's what I'm going to be doing. Here's the type of fishing I'm going to be doing. Here's the experience that I have. And so, like you said, I actually had a conversation with the guy and actually learned stuff and took the time to do it, not feeling like rushed. I've got to get out of here and make this purchase, and I've got to get back to
Sell
some
me
of
in
the
less
stuff.
than 2 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, maybe it's
I'm
the
walking.
quality of the errands.
Oh, okay. That's a good point. What about you, Jeff? I mean, what
So I remember
specifically you doing different?
I used to have to like try to figure out what I could squeeze in on the way home or on the way to work. And if I was telling Jen the other night, I love going to get gas at Costco in the early morning, like when they just open up, because there's no line. It's it's kind of like on the way to work, and it's barely a detour, and with no line, you're just like zoom, 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 out of there. But now I don't go to work so much, so it's I don't incorporate that. I think I do fewer errands and spread them out over more days. So again, the quality of the errand is higher, and
the quality of errand. Maybe we should have come up with a measuring or rating scale of errands then.
Well, just it decreases the I forgot to get that,
right,
and
although I still forget stuff,
and like all the possibilities on the aisles that you don't go down in Costco.
You can actually go down them.
Go down, find out.
Hey, you can just wander.
There might be something.
You're
you
a
like.
member. You can go down there.
So Costco, then. So you mentioned Costco. So is there?
And I was just there yesterday. That wasn't Aaron. I was.
I asked you what you did yesterday.
I forgot about Costco till we just mentioned it.
It's a major event.
So Costco now, what do you do differently at Costco than when you were working?
I think it's.
Do you wander the aisles like Jeff does? It sounds like aimlessly with reckless abandon.
I'm kind of.
Can you be both reckless abandon and aimless?
Yeah, I think they're twins.
I think you have.
Okay. I think they're twins.
But the abandoned,
they're related at least. They're
reckless
not,
and
maybe they're
wandering don't
cousins.
sound the same.
Yeah, there's a little more wandering now than before. It was more, here's the list, get everything, and get in and out of there as quickly as possible.
And we know you don't stop for the hot dog afterwards.
I don't stop for the hot dog. And I didn't yesterday because I actually went to the one north of us instead of the one to the east. So my whole hot dog program was, but it wasn't a food eating moment there when I was there. But yeah, it's a little more time to wander and look around.
Right?
I guess.
Wander and look around and see what's available versus destination shopping.
All right. So here's something I noticed,
which is not normally what I do. I'm not a shopper.
This is kind of like between retirees who are typically senior citizens and senior citizens who
we look down on
are a little older than us. So let's go back to the samples. Do you stop at all the samples?
I do not participate in the Costco sampling exercise. I do not. No.
You do not. So before retirement, after retirement, you do not. What about you, Jeff?
There was a time when I was big in the samples. Now it's kind of like, what is this person doing at the end of the? Oh, there are samples. And it's like the blockade. So yeah, no, I don't really do samples.
I don't do them as much either, but I do notice. And again, I don't think this is related to retirement because I always think, look at all these retirees. They're just here for all the free food. But I think it's more of a when you get older type of thing.
Like above
retirement. I don't know.
So it's in our
yes.
It's in our future.
I think that's in our future, but it's not a retirement related thing. I don't think.
So maybe in your 60s you're avoiding sampling. 70s once you're on Social Security, you're getting everything you can for free.
And it's probably the social interaction.
And it's probably the social interaction.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talk to the lady about the chicken nuggets. Yeah.
All white breast meat.
So
Okay.
you mentioned, Jeff, like then you think it's better to run errands like early in the morning before 11 o'clock at least. Is that before rush hour traffic or after rush hour traffic and before 11 or what?
Just to get them done. I mean, that doesn't necessarily jive with the quality of errand and
Right.
taking the time, but it's like I want to be off the road by 2:30, so I avoid traffic by.
No, it's more about the traffic avoidance as far as
who needs traffic?
rushing.
Well, I think
Rushing,
too. It's
rush hour,
because
yes.
after 2:30, it's green light to drink a beer, and he doesn't want to be on the road after he's been drinking a beer. Let's call it.
It probably
Well, who
is.
gives
like
the
it is.
samples for beer?
There's a few breweries around. You should
Okay,
think
that's-
about running
There's a
errands.
brewery
that's
after
an errand.
Costco. I
Errand.
believe. There is a brewery in the Costco
In the Costco?
area.
Oh, which the Costco?
Either any Costco. There's like a brewery within, well, not a brewery, but a place you can get beer with.
Oh,
A bar.
okay. You can buy beer at Costco.
And you can buy beer at Costco.
There is a brewery by the one to the east of us. I know that for a fact. Very
Right.
close.
Camel Mountain one.
Yes,
We can say that, right?
we can.
So you do it just to kind of bracket the window between traffic. So in other words, you leave after the morning rush hour traffic, and you get back before the afternoon or evening rush hour traffic. That's
Right.
when you try to do your errands in that window.
And
I would
Avoid
agree with
traffic.
that too.
I have found that my perception of when traffic is not correct anymore. I was out on the road like 4:30 the other day in a area that used to have traffic.
No traffic. I know. I guess we're not in that rush
Kind of
hour
glad to say that, but yeah.
zone. Yeah. Because that's the thing. It's like, okay, like we said, it's like you have time now. You don't have to rush and go at your own pace. But there still are parameters, even in retirement, about running errands. Like, in other words, avoiding traffic.
Avoiding traffic's a biggie. And parking.
Avoid parking.
Yeah.
And the other thing, so you also mentioned, Jeff, that you can easily get in and out quicker, like at Costco, you mentioned, or somewhere else. But I find, again, not discriminating, but there are people who are older, same ones getting the samples, they're in line a lot longer. So even though there's less people in line, the amount of time you're in line is about the same. That's what I find.
Like you're talking about
Because
to check out.
nobody's in a rush.
To check out?
Everyone's like,
Oh.
yes, to check out. So like, yes, you can easily go through the aisles and get through that more quickly because no many people.
That,
but
that has
I
to do with
like,
the
I would.
cashiers.
do you think that's true or no?
I think you got to go in and revisit what a Saturday morning looks like at Costco, and
So it's nothing like that. You're saying.
that might not be validated after that because
You need to take a stopwatch out there and do a study because I have the time to do it.
you could.
Okay, now we're talking. Let's do that. Empirical data collection
You got the time to do it, might as well.
with samples, without samples.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Genius.
Right.
So that's what I think. So you guys don't think that's true. You think it's actually still a lot quicker running them.
Well, it in that
Is he-
situation, it could be a labor. They only have 8 cashiers working instead of 12, like they would on a weekend or something like that.
Right.
So theoretically, maybe the lines are the same. Like maybe.
Because even driving, again, because, people are driving slower during those hours too. Because they're in a rush, not in a rush, like all of us. We say
Oh.
we're not in a rush, we're not.
I thought it was because they're old.
But yet, they happen to fit that demographic.
Just a coincidence.
Yeah, so they're driving slower, so you feel. Now that's another question. Then, do you feel you have to like weave around them, or do you feel like you gotta like I have the time. I can just go.
You
at
mean
that
weave
pace,
around
too.
them in the parking lot, or weave around them
Parking
in the
lot.
aisle of the store?
Parking lot, street, whatever.
How about in the
freeway,
aisle of the store? Oh,
Do you-
definitely. There's
Do you
there's
still
some
feel that
maneuvering.
need to maneuver around
Oh.
versus, hey, I got the time too. I can just go at that pace.
No.
too.
If this person in front of me at Costco is just waddling along, and I'm going to go right by him.
Do you
I
put
might
on the elbow pads before you go in?
I think about it, but
You need the George Costanza and
Yeah.
run a fire and just out of my way.
Yeah. No, there's still some, lack of patience for sure.
Right. So do you think though, because we're retirement, we're saying, we shouldn't have that lack of patience. We have all the time in the world to do this. I get, like you're saying, Jeff, you still want to get within this window of time, from traffic wise, but like, why don't you just do the errand so you don't get done the next day?
Oh, I schedule a few errands so I could have them throughout the week.
Right.
Like, 2 here, 2 there. But I have a pace, and I won't run anybody down, but I will definitely like, let's just say not weave through the aisle, but walk with intention through the aisle. Not, I won't, push anybody's cart out of the way unless they're not there. And then I might push their cart out of the way. There's a person who leaves their cart in the middle, kind of diagonal,
right,
and then blocks the rest of the aisle off with them trying to bend down and look at it. No.
All right.
One or the other. Get out.
I wonder is it because we just haven't figured it out completely yet how to like slow down. We still have in our minds we've got to like be faster, rush versus like, hey, I got time. I want to. Why do I need to push this person over?
I
Not
think
that you do that.
but
it's in your mind. You want
to push their cart out of the way.
I think there's an element to the slowing down that is a function of body, physiology.
Huh?
Are we allowed to say big words like that?
Physiology.
Not if
okay.
Well,
Physiology.
You can actually say it.
Phys.
Bodiness.
I think it's spelled Fizz. Phys E.
Oh yeah,
E,
like the
E.
drink,
Right.
That we're still able to, move, and we've got good hips and knees and everything else, and so therefore we're not gonna.
You haven't seen me salsa.
Do you? Do you, Steve?
Yeah, there's somebody in the audience that's having a good time over there.
Do you really? So, but I was like, okay, yes, physically. So you think people are going slower only because physically they can't?
I think there's an absolute component to that.
Versus
for sure.
a state of mind saying, hey, why do I need to rush?
Well, they might be mentally slower too.
There are definitely people who don't pay attention to anybody but themselves and their
Right?
and what.
So do you think they're selfish?
Well, no, they don't even.
Disabled people.
Those are the ones I don't like. Yeah.
All right. We're insulting,
we're gonna start naming
selfish,
names.
physically impaired, and mentally disabled people. That
are those people that are going?
that are running?
They should have their
around.
own time at Costco. And
Okay, the FCC just
So
called.
obviously, we haven't quite figured out, I think, what moving at our own pace means.
Moving
Or
at
maybe
your
it's
own
our
pace is
So it's our
moving at your own pace.
Right.
Versus
Yeah.
like at a slower
I'm not moving
pace.
because you can't move faster than
Right.
me. I'm not moving at your pace.
So it's not like we're intentionally, moving at a slower pace because we can. It's just this is the pace I'm comfortable with, and it's not stressful. And so it's like I'm good at running at this pace because it's not stressful.
Well,
right. And if your pace doesn't match other people's paces, then
Because it would be probably create
Push 'em
more
out of the
stress
way.
if you were going really slow.
to me, the pace is all related to how much time do I want to take to do what I need to do, right?
Right.
And so if I can wander, I'm going to wander. If I'm in a hurry, whatever that hurry is, and I need to be out of there in 15 minutes, I'm going to do what I need and get out of there in 15 minutes.
So last question then. Parking.
Oh,
definitely plus.
What is your parking strategy?
my parking strategy now is different for multiple reasons, but I try to park in an area where there's no other cars.
So because you have the time to walk, you're not in a
And
rush.
my
you can
car's
just
not going to
take-
get dinged by
right, you
some
wanna protect your
moron
car.
parking next to me that's
That's
going to
your
bash
strategy.
my door in. Plus, two, it's, at some point, and maybe this is a good one for our audience too, is when did we start counting steps? And it probably was around the time that Apple started creating wearable products like an Apple Watch, right? But, growing up, we never thought about how many steps we're going to get
Right,
in.
the whole thing active thing.
Right.
Right.
But, if I park a little further away, And I got to walk a little bit farther both ways, in and out of the store or wherever I have to go.
Then you can drink one more beer.
I can drink one more beer, and
feel good about it.
Also, my car's not going to get dinged.
Right. So it's a double win.
Yeah.
What about you, Jeff? You have a parking strategy?
Yeah. You can't park in the front row if you don't check the front row for parking spaces.
I thought you were going to say, unless you have
that's
one of those blue handicap tags.
So you're still more of a, you want to park at the closest spot.
Yeah.
First possible. Oh, okay.
Well, I need to. I guess it would depend on if I'm going to be carrying something out physically that needs me to park close because of weight. But if it goes in the shopping cart, or I'm just going in and out, like to the dry cleaners, in and out, right? Whatever. I'll take a little walk.
I'm a little like both of you. So when I drive the truck,
you don't give a shit.
I drive the closest spot I can possibly drive. When I drive my other car,
But everybody, one day we'll show you pictures. It's not apples and apples.
Are they the same year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Third. I drive farther away like you do, Steve. It's like I drive the farthest place possible. So, I think different parking strategies. But when in retirement, it sounds like it really doesn't matter per se. As far as parking strategies, we still park the same, except for maybe, like I said, a little farther because you want to be more active and take some steps. But
yeah,
it's have to be retired.
And it's more about, my car not getting dinged.
Right. All right. So I'm going to wrap this up.
And I try to avoid parking under trees.
Oh, I know. I can't stand that. All right. I'm going to wrap this up with the proposed rule, though. So I think we're saying while we're in retirement, we're going to run errands midweek.
Run?
All right. We're not going to run. We are going to, what do we say? Do?
Waltz.
Strut. Do. We're going to
strut. We're going to shimmy.
Shimmy errands. We're going to shimmy errands. I don't think
strut.
In retirement you can strut or shimmy actually either. I think
saunter.
I think that's
saunter errands.
Oh, saunter we can do.
Saunter. Yeah.
All right, we're going to saunter errands midweek, midday, and most importantly, at your pace. All right, it doesn't mean necessarily it's slow. You're just doing it at your pace where you're still relaxed without really rushing unless you really feel you want to, but you don't need to. In other words, rush. And without all the work-life stress.
Right. Well, that goes without saying.
Right?
Yes.
Sound good?
Love it.
Yep.
All right, that's our rules. Steve, tell all of our 6 listeners how they can...
All 6 of us.
We're going to try to double to 12. I think we're going to try to get to double digits this weekend.
Thank you for all the listeners.
We could double. I think
we're going to get to double digits.
All right. Follow us, please, on Instagram at Retirement Rules for You. X, same thing, Retirement Rules for You, and on Facebook. And if you've got a retiree or someone that you know that's thinking about retiring, have them tune in. May give them some insight.
The wisdom
and send
is free.
us, please, questions, comments, topics for rules anytime.
Thank you, Steve. So our next episode is going to be a good one. This is going to be when in retirement, adjusting in retirement with your spouse or with your significant other. I think that'll be some good discussion there.
Mm-hmm.
You may want to get input from your spouses.
Do it at your own pace. Hey, maybe we could invite them all along.
Yeah. So with that, thank you for listening to Retirement Rules. Because remember, retirement rules.
We may have 3 guests joining us next week. Yeah. That might be interesting.
Don't too much teasing, Steve.
Is it 3 beers?
You're over teasing.